And welcome back. It is the WXCO Morning Report, part of Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices, and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app. Friday morning, I am Chad Holmes. Ian Welsh across the way. Ian, good morning.
Good morning, Chad.
We will have more with you coming up, but a couple special guests in here this morning. Guys that you've been asking me about, folks. I know you've been asking me about, folks. Like, what's going on with the Wausau Business Show? Why aren't we getting new episodes every single week? These are busy guys. And the thing is, tomorrow morning, a brand new episode of the Wausau Business Show. And to talk all about it, Ryan and Paul. Guys, good to see you.
Hey.
Round of applause for Ian, too. Hey.
But guys, great to have you on.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me here.
Good to be back.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know that let's jump right in because
Yeah.
when you talk about big numbers, people get excited. And you're going to be talking about a big number tomorrow morning on the show. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, and we're coming down to the kind of final phase of the friend of a friend competition.
The
which-
nitty gritty.
It's a competition that we launched to recruit people to live and work in Wausau, Wisconsin, USA. And so the people that have entered this competition, there's 3 or 4 finalists now that have recruited people to live and work in Wausau, Wisconsin, USA. And they've been working on it for months. And we're ready to bring them in and announce within the next couple of episodes the winner. So they're all going to come in, and the winner will be awarded a big check for $10,000.
10 big ones, 10 grand.
That is impressive. And just as impressive is these folks have actually recruited people to move to our area.
That's
move here
right.
to Wausau, USA.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. They've been working on it for months, and we're going to talk to each one of them. The problem that we have now is that there's a tie.
Oh,
So we have to get into some
To
negotiations.
figure out a tiebreaker of some sort.
We're going to do a race, a foot race.
I saw
Sprint.
you saw our book here in the lobby.
Yeah.
How about Wausau trivia or something?
In
like
Wausau
that?
trivia. Yes,
That's
we
not a
could do
bad
that.
idea.
I see you guys rolling your eyes because Chad's got this idea.
That's a great idea, Chad. Yes.
We'll credit you if we
No,
go with that.
but that's, what a cool idea. Though.
Play a game of poker with you.
No,
you know?
uh-oh.
I don't
what
know
you
about
wish
that.
for.
Yeah.
I would lose the 10 grand pretty quickly right there. But
Yeah.
real interesting stuff. I mean, how because it's been a while since you. I remember you announced this. How long ago was it? But you made the announcement.
Oh,
about
at
this
least 6 months
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. And we wanted people to have plenty of time, and it took people a while to ramp up and things like that. But we now have 3 or 4 finalists that have recruited. Well, they're getting their final numbers and they're tabulating, but 1 to 2 people that they've recruited each. So they're going to come in, talk about how they did it, talk about their situation, and then we're going to have to figure out how to do a tiebreaker.
Is like the first person on this week's show, or is this coming up?
They're all going to come together.
Oh,
they're all going to
coming
come
together.
Yeah, not this weekend, not tomorrow, but within the next couple of episodes.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we have not had an episode, regularly. We were doing them weekly for a number over a year and a half.
The first
Yeah.
year you never missed. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
50 straight weeks.
Yeah, I was, but I was very. I mean, it was really something the way that you guys were going because anyone who listens to your show realizes how much work you do put into it. I mean, in terms of the production value, the guests that you bring, it's not an easy process.
We have real jobs. This is just something that we
On the side.
volunteer. Yeah, 100% of our proceeds from our sponsors go to the Community Foundation of North Central Wisconsin. But we have real jobs at a place called Rocket Industrial.
Yep.
Not that this isn't a real job.
It's just not our real job.
yeah.
I'm going to share a secret with the folks out there.
Okay.
What I do, and I think what you do with the show.
Yeah.
We do it because we really love doing it.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, it really is fun. And I imagine that's really what got you into this.
Well, when you're calling sports, I know that you love calling sports and doing the play-by-play. And when you can combine, like we do, our love of business, and we consider that a sport, the sport of business.
Sure.
And
because there are winners and losers.
There are, and
exactly.
So when we combine our love of business with our love of Wausau and our love of radio, it's been a good combination. Yeah, but we haven't been able to do it every week because we've been so busy with work.
Right. Our
Well,
job.
Yeah.
If you want to be a winner in the business world, sometimes you gotta,
You really got to work at it.
Yeah.
The fun part goes by the wayside once in a while.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes.
as we look ahead, what's going on?
Well-
You mentioned a couple names that perked my ears up.
Yeah, this is a really special weekend. So tomorrow we'll debut part 1 of our East Bay special.
Yeah.
And there were 3 people that were instrumental in taking East Bay public and really growing and blowing up East Bay, which became a national phenomenon and what we call Wausau's biggest brand that's ever been exported from the Wausau area. It's a household name.
Across the country and beyond.
And so tomorrow is part 1 of our East Bay special, and it features Harry Colcord.
Yeah, former CEO of East Bay.
And also he was one of the founding team members of Line Tech in Wausau and a bunch of other companies through Apogee Group, Applebee's.
Yeah.
Oh, you started
Applebee's.
No, it's Apogee Group.
Okay, close.
Okay. But Harry Colcord will join us, and he's very good friends with Art and Rick. And those 3, Art and Rick started East Bay, and then Harry joined on, and they eventually took the company IPO on the New York Stock Exchange and cashed out with a lot of money. And it's one of Wausau's biggest business successes.
And fascinating story at that, too.
Yeah,
so, successful story.
We recorded it already, and it is a hell of an interview.
By the way, I think the percentage of people that still live in this area that at one time or another worked in that East Bay phone bank.
Oh my gosh.
I did when I was going to college.
I know.
It's like, I mean, you talk about a story that kind of connects with everybody. I think the East Bay story connects with almost everybody that either grew up in this area or is still in this area, because at one time or another, I think everybody had the part-time job of being part of the phone bank.
Or they were working in the distribution center.
Yes, you're exactly right.
I mean, it was almost everyone I know's first job was at East Bay.
There were a lot of rumblings when we were in high school about kids that were working the distribution center out there on like 72nd Avenue.
Yeah.
And the rumor was at the high school in Wausau West in the 90s that certain kids that worked there may have been taking a 5-finger discount.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that was floating around.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's like, oh,
we're not going to name names.
No, I'm not going to name. We don't even know the names.
Sounds like your Wausau business rumors right there.
Yeah, it's
rumor has
unsubstantiated, I guess, and it's a 30-year-old rumor. But.
Yeah, we never knew, but that was word on the street anyway.
Right.
So Harry Colcord will join us tomorrow, an exceptional business leader in the annals of Wausau history.
Yeah.
You talk
Did
about,
I say that right?
I think so. You got to be careful with that one.
Okay, yeah.
And if you were to have a top 5 list or whatever it may be of incredible business stories in the history of our area, that would, I would think, be right at the top.
East Bay's got to be, number 1 or certainly top 5.
I can't think of many others that would even be competitive, because, I mean, you talk about it just truly, I mean, they touched every bit of the athletic
culture.
Ecosystem, culture.
Yeah.
I mean, when people wanted to get those Jordans, where did they go?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I mean, back in the day,
and jerseys and high school teams they supported. And
I
mean, he talks about meeting Phil Knight, who was the founder of Nike, and he gets into those details tomorrow on the show. And so it's really, really fascinating. And they did an exceptional job with East Bay. And I mean, I can remember one time we were walking around Brooklyn because we were over there in New York for business, and we said, have you heard of Wausau, Wisconsin? And 90%, 95% of the people said no. A couple people said, yeah, we know Wausau because of Wausau Insurance.
Yeah, the one guy was big on Wausau Insurance.
Yeah,
so.
But if we would have asked each of those, I wish we could go back and do it all over, because if we would have asked each of those people whether or not they had heard of East Bay,
it would have been 95 the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So East Bay really became a household name and a cultural phenomenon exported from right here in Wausau. And we're looking forward to talking to Harry Colcord tomorrow. Part 1, because we're going to have part 2, and that's going to be Art and Rick. They got a new book out that's going to be published on the Harvard Business Review platform. So looking forward to part 2 of this too.
Fantastic. So that's tomorrow morning, 8 till 9 a.m.
Yep.
And of course, you can always get it as a podcast as well by either going to our website or going to Spotify or all the other podcast platforms by subscribing to the Wausau Business Show. And in fact, if you're somebody that's new to the Wausau Business Show, you can go back and so many interesting. I mean, you guys have really had so many interesting folks on. I get a question in mind. You've done this. How many shows now is this? What show?
We're on 64, I think.
63 or 64. Yeah.
Up to this point, has there been a most intriguing discussion that you've had? Not favorite or best, but maybe intriguing.
Go ahead, Paul.
Wow. What would I say? I mean, we always go back to some of the early ones because they were memorable just because we were starting off, like a David Anthony Hummer.
Yeah.
And that was a fun one. There's just so many local success stories in business and beyond, that it's hard to pick one. I mean, we kicked it off with Miss America,
Yeah.
which was fun. It was fun to have her on, and then we sent her off to Connecticut, or wherever she ended up to be a nuclear engineer.
Yeah.
At the end of the show, actually. But I mean, so many. This one tomorrow with Harry is I think going to be right up there.
Yeah,
with one of the best.
My wife last night, maybe it's recency bias, but I said I think this is my favorite interview that we've done.
Well, there is a reason to make sure you're up tomorrow morning early, from 8 till 9 for the Wausau Business Show.
One of my favorites, I will say, just to add to the list real quick, if I may, was when we went bar hopping and interviewed the local bar tender celebrities around Wausau. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Fantastic. Anything else about tomorrow you want to pitch before we wrap it up?
Paul?
On to you. It's going to be another exciting, nonstop madness of a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Should be great.
Ryan and Paul.
Hey.
Guys,
hey,
great to talk to you.
That's
Great
us.
to talk to you.
Thanks
That's
for listening, everybody. I
Are we
love
clapping for
Wausau,
ourselves?
Wisconsin, USA. I'm clapping for Chad.
Yeah,
I don't know
Chad
about
and
you.
Ian.
And Ian.
We'll be back here on
Thanks.
98.9 WXCO.
Toodaloo.
All
We're
right.
clear.
Thanks, Ian.
Yeah, thanks.
You're
Ian.
welcome.
You ever have those